Mike. Today, Craig. Sorry about that. I started the live stream without starting the live stream, so that's on me. So I guess that was a practice run, so that's good, because I tend to get a little wordy anyway. I do a bunch of oohs and ahs and all of that. Can I get a, mic check? Sounds bad. Okay. Coolio. Hold on. Alright, let's go to audio. I wonder if I muted the other one. Yeah, it was iPad microphone. Now we've switched over to the iPods. Let's do that. Let's go back. There's a crackle as well. So yeah, I might need to leave and come back. But let me check and make sure that the crackle isn't fishroom noise from the other thingamabobber. iPhone microphone sucks. Buds. I'll be back. Well, audio issues. Gotta love it. At least it was just like during the first 16 minutes. Hopefully, I'm back now. But good day, Sunny G. Only Oscars, Craig, Mark. Believe that takes care of everybody. If you're looking and don't feel like saying hello, bless you. Anyway, do you. Love it. So, yeah, all right, the sound is good now. I don't know what made it go away, but yeah, man. Uh, just musings that were probably better kept to myself anyway. Nothing important. Yeah, I don't feel particularly brilliant this evening. I just wanted some company while I do my fish chores. So why don't we something heavy is crawling around out here. My wife was greeted by a possum earlier, a big old fat possum. I think I'm gonna name him Waddles because he just kind of waddles. He can't really run away. He just he's a suburban possum. You know what I mean? Like life is pretty freaking easy. You know what I mean? Like other than the occasional cat or dog. You know what I mean? Like top of the food chain. Hopefully eating all of the roaches and scorpions or whatever it wants. Just please consume. I hope that it likes paper wasps. I think that my pond season is over. There's still 3 more months of pond season here in Texas, but I think I'm just going to give that end of the porch to the paper wasps and do minimal maintenance on the ponds. So just top offs for the rest of the season, and we'll let these guys go through their natural cycle. From what I understand, food starts running out and they get more aggressive. And I've got like 2 softball size nests and a third, and then there were 3 underneath the table. So yeah, man, it's out of control. Pond season is over. I've moved over underneath the porch light. I usually go out the back door and to the right, and now I'm just straight out the back door. So we've lost about half of the patio. Well, hey, I'm glad you're on the high end of it, only Oscars. Yeah, man, paper wasps. We call them yellow jackets down here, but apparently the ones that hang under your eaves and make the paper nest basically are paper wasps. The yellow jackets are the ones, and they'll be like buried in the ground or like in your freaking wall or something like that. They're
stouter and shorter by like a quarter inch. Like all these guys are at their largest about an inch. They'll still sting the shit out of you. So, but yeah, man, it's been a great year. So yeah, my this pond this pond season is hereby closed due to paper wasps. Yeah, they've been surprisingly peaceful thus far, but they have now encroached on my smoking area, so I have to like give it up or put my knees underneath a table where there's several small nests of wasps being built. So my wife knocked one of them down earlier today. Yeah, so we'll do something different next year. I'm thinking about there's these hold on, let me show you. So there's these joists along the edge of the porch, right? And you see there's like just a half triangle on that one side and it goes out on either side of either post. I'm thinking about making a paper mache like hornet's nest and putting it up there and see if that makes the wasp more wary of building so close to the water. Because I understand why they built on top of the pond. Like that's where I would be because like you can't make paper without like chewing up stuff and like mixing it with some water. So I mean, it's a good thing. Yeah, there's no agreement with some creatures. Yeah, no, and like yeah, that's true. You know what I mean? Like, but what are you gonna do? Close the pond. That's what. I'm such a wuss. But I got stung by wasps, probably paper wasp, when I was a kid, real bad, and swelled up pretty good. And then I got bit by some bees one time. I got shut in a shed with them and ended up with a bunch of bites all over me. And then I got stung by a wasp once or twice, like during the summer in my high school years. And the effects were more severe. Like I wasn't having trouble breathing or anything like that, but like massive freaking headache with it and like really excessive swelling. So I try not to fight the wasps. Try to let my wife handle those. And I get the possum, Mr. Waddles. But yeah, dude, she like opened the door and he was like underneath the chair, the chairs that we've been sitting in, and like I don't know who was more scared. Like she screamed, you know what I mean? So like that set the possum. Like he like fell, the possum like fell backwards. Like I saw a belly and a leg and like a tail, and it was gone. Like so, yeah, it's pretty wild. No, only Oscars. I haven't tried any traps or anything like that. I feel like that could be a way to go. I definitely don't want to like spray any pesticides or anything like that near the pond. Uh, so physical removal is the way. You know what I mean? I mean, like we have the technology. You know what I mean? Like long stick, poke the nest, run. Like knock the nest down and run. You know what I mean? And then they, I think they don't like vinegar or peppermint oil. I was reading, so I might spray underneath the eaves with something like that, and just make it real rough for them to get started, so that they'll go looking elsewhere. Okay, only Oscar. So yeah, you ended up having to get shots. Yeah. I'm afraid that one of these times is going to be like that. I don't want it to be, but I'm afraid I'm rapidly approaching that. So yeah, I saw the thing earlier. Here it is. So I think I just put it in like this. Oops. Is that enough? Hi. All right. Of course, I got it upside down. I think it'll right itself. All right, we're in the fish room. Everybody's doing their thing. What's up, guys? How's everybody? You look at my rig. Okay, we can do it. All right, we're doing it, y'all. I don't know what yet. Haven't changed these tanks yet. I just emptied this tank. All right. All right. All right. Changed water in a few tanks already. But let's get it on. There it is. Yeah, hopefully there's not an echo going on. I still have the volume on the other, but if I go over there and turn it off, it might grab my ear pods, and then and there where would we be? Back where we were earlier. No, thank you. No tricks, Apple devices. Just stream me through the world. I feel good about that right there. I do have a particular order I go in my tanks, so there's more of a risk the more tanks I dip this in. But the tanks I'm most scared of I do last. And I'll give it a good rinse by filling up with tap after this next round. Got to keep an eye on the water level. Yeah, with the FX6 needing to be set up still, I changed the water in those two smaller tanks there. I changed the water in this whole rack, and I changed the water in these two already. So I'm doing this rack right here, and then I still have this whole rack to do. But taking water out with the pump actually makes it real easy. Filling up takes a bit longer, especially on that top rack of that newer shelf. When the pump has to push uphill a whole lot, we get issues. Got to go play with the hose in the front yard in a sec. I'm going to take you guys with me, but I already know that the internet's bad out there, so it'll get better when I come back in the garage. But I'll get the trash can empty and refill it with sweet tap. Yeah, but the good news is everybody's already been fed tonight. All right. So much fun in the fish room. Get all the dirty water out through gravity. It's a special little dance known by you and me. So if there's dirty water in the hose, Everybody knows that's not the best way to clean the tank. Ta-da! All right, this lives over here. All right, that stays dry up there. Let's not make things more complicated than it has to be. All right. Da-na-na. Well, I got a little bit. We spilled some. That will work in. Let's take this off for a second. Cats. All right. Yeah, man. Cats are cool. Yeah. So, yeah, if Chloe doesn't like her new roommate situation in a month, I can always move her back here. She seems really content, man. I would say that she's not feeling any pain right now. She's all right. Yeah, June, we all admire your beard. I mean, I know you hide it and you don't like to be on camera, but bearded ladies are some of my favorite people. I love them. They're wise. No, I think my chops are getting looks these days. I think I've come to a good length. I'm watching a trash can fill with water, so I'm technically outside of the garage smoking a cigarette. So everybody, hang on if the audio quality suffers. Dude, carny people aren't bad at all, man. They're just like any other group of people. You know what I mean? Like they accept you as a group, it's pretty good. Do you know what I mean? Like if they determine that you're not their friend, it can be a little scary, but that's tribal life, y'all. Fish tread, common goldfish vibe. Thank you, Aquarium Daily. This is Chloe. She was my niece's goldfish, and she's just moved up to Austin to the fish room. So the girls get to determine if they want to enter fish life again later on or not. You know what I mean? As they see fit. They always enjoy seeing the fish room and all the fish up here. So it's always a treat when they come up here because they like to feed everybody. So now they get to visit. Now they get to visit Miss Chloe here. Yes, only Oscars. This is the one right here. Yeah, I was having audio issues, so I've like told you guys like 4 times. The first time, the live stream hadn't even started yet. I hit go live, but then it didn't go live. So I didn't verify. So failed launch and then inexplicable audio issues later. Yeah, man, she just came to live with me. Angie showed up with her in a bucket this morning, and I was like, yeah, man, we'll get on that first thing this evening. And Chloe was in a bucket for a couple of days, and Angie just did water changes out of that bucket a couple times a day and got her from her original tank water to clean water and was using the water conditioner and everything. So she broke down a tank and brought a fish from Houston to Austin and handed it over. You know what I mean? She's not a fish hobbyist. She's not into it, but she did that. You know what I mean? Like she's got the chops. That's all I'm saying. She says the interest isn't there, but not everybody brings a goldfish home in a bucket. You know what I mean? Like I feel like we're slowly winning her over. The wife. I think the niece is done with fish tank for a while. Just because it's hard to maintain, and at the ages that they are right now, they are all of that maintenance ends up falling on mom. You know what I mean? So that's always, you know what I mean? Like the goldfish tank water change is, there's a lot more responsibilities with 2 girls in extracurricular sport. They're both into sports right now. So there's time for fish keeping later. Yeah, June, that's true. Here, let me turn on my cam. That's the brute. Oh man, the water's about to go over. Shame on me. We've overflowed it. Hang on, folks. All right. Gotta make some things happen. All right. Sorry, I'm off camera for a second, folks. I'm draining this water with a siphon into this aquarium that I'm still cleaning up from Eddie. Doesn't have any leaks, but the corner silicone is rough. Trying to determine whether it's rough enough to warrant a redo or just whether I should just leave it alone. It's a lot more work, I'll tell you that. I'm not into that at all. I need a restroom break as well, so hang tight. Thank you. I'm back. Pure and Shrimple, welcome, welcome. Wow. Things will take a turn for the better here in a minute. That coffee was lukewarm, so I just drank it. So let's go ahead and chat. And over the next 7 to 8 minutes, I should start talking faster. You may hear a smile in my voice, but sweet, sweet coffee. So there's a boy still without a name, only Oscars? Is that what I'm gathering from this statement here? So yeah, this is a 20-gallon long. So We want to get some idea of how big this gal is. She's definitely stunted. Um, so we'll see how good she gets. How big she gets in the 75. Phineas is growing a little bit. He's definitely stunted as well. But Junior's not. Junior's gonna Junior's gonna top out. Like Junior's had ideal conditions his entire life. Um, as has Peaches. But Peaches isn't growing. I don't know whether it's because the other two are more food aggressive or whether that's just her slim build line because she's a comet and has like a longer peduncle, like the end of the body next to the tail. Like that part is narrower and longer. But yeah, no, this is your common goldfish right here, straight out of the carnival trade. But this is my favorite style of goldfish, honestly. I really like that carp body. You know what I mean? Like started out in the fish keeping hobby, and I'm all like, nah, I don't really want to deal with aggression and stuff like that. I'm not really into cichlids. You know what I mean? But like the common goldfish, like carp body, is your is what you like. I mean, come on, dude. I'm a cichlid guy. I just didn't know it yet. You know what I mean? I didn't know any better. You know what I mean? Like, don't fight your nature. You know what I mean? Like, you think you want something different, but Peaches is a good name. Peaches had yellow stripes on her, and then she turned completely white. She still has a tinge of yellow in her tail. I don't know whether it shows up on video or not. You can definitely see it when you're looking at the fish in person, but some of those more subtle colorations and stuff like that, like get lost. But yeah, I had a light that was already plugged in that I just moved down off of another shelf and just stuck on the tank and found out quickly that it has big extenders on them. So the light's doing its thing and yeah, she seems real happy. I don't know what the constant like readjusting focus is about. This is my iPad that's hanging there. I switched it up, so I'm on my cell phone so that I could put it in the head cam thing. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about, Sunny G. You know what I mean? But the tank conditions probably weren't great, but the water wasn't getting changed enough. I think it was bare bottom. You know what I mean? So I mean, she's had a harder life. You know what I mean? Like there's goldfish that have been more pampered, but the girls got her in 2017, and this gal is like hung on. There were two, um, but one passed away like early on, and like she's the one, man. Like she's just doing her goldfish thing. You know what I mean? Like they are surprisingly hardy. So yeah, I mean she might be fine for growing for all I know. You know what I mean? I'm just assuming. I'm like I'm prepared for that eventuality. I think that it's highly likely that she might be a smaller fish just because of her rough upbringing. But heck, I didn't do any better with Phineas. You know what I mean? Like so. I throw no shade and no blame, but I brought it up when I was out at the lake. was talking to the girls, and I was like, "Do you think Chloe might like to come and live with the other goldfish in my 75? Because there's an open spot because Cream died." And she was like, I think that she would like to have some friends. You know what I mean? And I was like, right on. And I was like, and we can set you up with something else in that 20-gallon. I was like, or you don't have to keep fish at all. She goes, I think maybe not having a tank for a while might be nice. And I was like, good for you. I mean, she's on a couple of sports teams. One's extracurricular at school, and then there's an extracurricular that's something else. But I think that she's getting into volleyball right now, which is pretty cool. They do, but if water conditions are not ideal and stuff like that, they can get stunted to where like they don't grow to their full size potential, just like us humans and stuff like that. You know what I mean? Like there wasn't much if your nutrition wasn't real good when you were a kid, you are smaller. You know what I mean? Like the runt of the litter, and that sort of thing. Yeah, exactly. So yeah, that can cause them problems like later in life. Like, you know what I mean? Like they could end up getting bloat real easy and stuff like that. But I don't know. Like this gal right here is a very like she's a truck, man. Like I um I got her out of the bucket by calming her and putting her in my hand, and then she stayed still. And then when I got her to the water, I was just inspecting her finnage and stuff like that. And she was like, "Okay, enough of this." And then she jumped in the tank and started swimming around. And she's looked like this the whole time. But good slime coat. Uh, yeah, no blemishes on her and stuff like that. Like I got a good look underneath her pectoral fins and stuff like that while she was swimming around. And like, yeah, dude, she's good to go. So yeah, I'm just keeping her here for a month just to quarantine. If I see something with her eating habits or something like that, it makes me think that she needs to be like dewormed or any ick or anything like that. But like thus far, man, like she's a happy camper. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, Phineas is a little bit stouter than the other. Let me back cam, back camera. All right. Okay, so that's Phineas, and he's considerably smaller than Junior here, and Junior has had the best conditions growing up. And Peaches was mail order, and you can see that she's fancy. But yeah, Phineas is smaller. but he looks all right. But he lived in a bucket for like 6 months. You know what I mean? Like, not cool. But, we all have the right to learn how to fish keep. So I'm glad I got it when I did. I'm glad he's still with us, and I love him dearly. So tank water conditions are not ideal in here right now, but that's why we've got the FX6, which is still in the box on top of the 75 gallon. Thus far, I'm unimpressed. It's not doing much for the water parameters, but of course I haven't gotten it out of the box and hooked it up. So it could be on me, might be on me. But let's go see how much of this water I siphoned out while I was distracted by coffee. Am I speaking faster now? I feel like I'm smiling. Yeah, I'm smiling. I'm smiling. Yeah, there we go. Perfect. But yeah, this is the Rubbermaid Brute commercial products. This is a 44, I think, I want to say. This is 44 gallon Brute. It is a 2643-60. That number again, 2643-60. But yeah, I keep tipping the can over, so I've got creases all along. I could use a second one, but then you start going like, well, where are you going to put that? But yeah, she seems happy, man. Yeah, but look how high this Swasser tang is in here. It's just all the way across, and I pulled a bunch from here to put in Chloe's tank. All of that down there, and it's already just spilled over. So, yeah, man, I'm looking forward to moving this Colorado around. Like, I want to take about half of it and put it in the center of this 10 gallon that I'm doing, and maybe just trim the tips wide at the water line. Depends on what the center of it looks like. The center of it might be pretty bare. I don't know. No telling what these guys have been doing to it. Don't freak out. Pure and shrimp, just keep trying. Like, put it in different tanks in different situations. This just started growing and filling in, and like has done an excellent job. And it was in a tank that was the tank was 6 weeks old. No, I mean 6 months old. There was a lot of plants and stuff covering the surface, so there was not a lot of light. And my water is hard, so much GH. But there's tanks where it's just kind of withered and disappeared, and there it is mixed with Java moss. Wait, where's the camera part? There it is. It's mixed with some Java moss there, and it's not doing really well, but these guys might be picking at it for all I know. And then in my angel tank, there's an air filter, there's a sponge filter in there, and it grew all over the outside of the sponge filter and has covered the entire tank. I have to do something to get all of the little snails out of it, but I mean, like, look at that. It's freaking beautiful. And there's one right there hanging out, but there's three bristledoes running around in there in all of that. It's pretty wild. Bandit, what's up? But yeah, I was thinking about throwing some Saswasser Tang in here and letting it kind of sit. As you can see, there's some Java moss that just wasn't happy in here. Looks like I might have a little bit of hair grass in there. I don't know. I put so many things in here and these guys have pushed it all around. And I'm not sure. Well, let's get to it. Let's fill some tanks. Doing their thing. All right. Yeah, Sonny, like it was a similar experience for me, and I put it in different places, and there were plenty of places where it didn't go. You know what I mean? And like just kind of shriveled away and whatnot. And then it took hold in a couple tanks, and it's just like I can pull half to 2/3 of all this Saswasser Tang out, and then the gravel will still be covered completely with Saswasser Tang about an inch deep. But like it's like 6 or 7 inches deep right now, and like that's too high. So I have to move it around. But I'm doing a tank for my buddy. I'm going to move these guys, and I think I'm going to use this tank. These guys are almost done with quarantine. I could use this tank as well. But I just need to plant it up. I'll take it over there. He's already cleared a spot for the tank, so he's ready on his end. I just got to deliver, you know, do all this fish keeper talk while I'm at work. You know what I mean? Now I gotta pony up. Yeah, Sonny, I've really enjoyed the barbs. They've been really, really great. Let me switch the camera around and put the headband on again, and we'll fill the tanks. It should only take about 15 minutes. Camera, front camera. There we go. Let's get it on. Where did I take the headband off at? Found it. Yeah, 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 yeah. Think it'll flip itself. Let's go, team. All right, we need to drop this in. Directional hose. Did you guys see that? Did you guys see that right there? That's why the step stool's right here. Do that once a night. Oh, we're about to start a fire with the spiders. There we go. Ooh, nice overhead view of the tank. This is hygrophilia of some kind. Back here in the back that's growing real well. Need to root tab some of these bad boys. All right, where's the thingamabobber? Okay, I put the step stool on the cord. We're learning and living together. Okay, a little bit closer. Oh, spilled some more water on the floor. Perfect. 1, 2, 3, 4. One, two, 1, 2. Yeah, I've had real satisfaction with these barbs, these rosy barbs. I think I had 31 to begin with, but I'm still above 20. And I've been waiting for them to lay eggs, but as an egg scatterer, I haven't seen. I've seen an odd juvenile here or there, but I think that they just don't get a chance. So I'll have to move a female and a male in together. See if we can't get some baby barbs, because more barbs, right? This is one of my wife's favorite groups of fish, because she does like the way that they swim together. So some closely some close schooling nano fish. I'm trying to get her involved, but she just is averse to like smaller fish. Like the barbs are like a good size. They're what, like 2 inches? So she likes that. She doesn't like anything smaller than that at the moment. But I think if she sees a tight school of like 20 of them and they're really little, she's like the scale. I just think the scale isn't going to matter. If you have a planted tank, the scale doesn't matter if the fish is in a group schooling. It's just cool to watch, whatever size they are. Yeah, the water change makes them really color up too, which is fun. I like that about them. Bump, bump, bum, bump, bump. I forgot how few we did. So this will be faster than 15 minutes. More towards the 10-minute mark because I've only got, we're halfway done right now. And that 40-gallon tank takes more time than these 20s. I'd say by half, but I'm no mathematician. A little bit of color back there in the back. That is a Variatus platy that I pulled out of Brushy Creek. And there is a very, very pregnant mosquito fish with him. I don't think they can breed, but it's not for his lack of trying. He hassles those gals like pretty good. We ended up blowing everything all over the tank anyway. Well, good job. Really making the water conditioner do its job as we stir up everything in the front quarter of the tank. All right. But there's juveniles swimming in there. My mosquito fish colony still doing well. Looks like I'll have to rescape the front. That's always fun. Last tank. And this one has no substrate, and honestly, I've just always had a problem with this tank. I have clownfish that crawled inside the hollow log decoration when I immediately after I got them, and I had only seen 2 of them at a time for a long time, and I don't think I've seen any of them for a while. So I don't know. I might shake that stump one day and there'll be a fish skeleton pop out. Because there's been plenty of snails in this tank. We all know a mosquito fish is not going to skip a meal. But yeah, this is the ugly part of my fish room. I've got this tank, which is kind of an embarrassment, and then I have a semi-failed dirted tank. I guess it's still a dirted tank. I mean, there's stuff growing in it. I've seen babies in there. I've got I don't know, a small cichlid, rainbow. I'll think of it later. How embarrassing. So now I have a half gallon of clean water. So we'll do bucket brigade and we'll take care of those tanks down there on the bottom shelf, and we'll do the bucket brigade because they don't do well anyway. Well, they'll do fine with the pump, but as far as like siphoning them into the trash can, to go over the lip of the trash can is almost the same height as this bottom, not bottom. Well, now not bottom, but the second shelf here. It'll be too much of a height difference. I won't get a good siphon. So it just takes forever. So when I use the bucket, it's a better siphon. It still takes a lot longer, but you know, whatever. Whatever. We'll make it work. So yeah, let me get back to the chat. Let me see what you guys are chatting about. Good to see all of you. Glad y'all are still here, man. There's a good group of people here tonight. I didn't know how it was going to go at 3 in the morning. You know what I mean? Like, who am I to say? Let me get this off. Bring it back. Welcome home, Chloe. Settle in. Settle in. Hey, Ian. Working and lurking. That's my bro, Stephen P. Yeah, man. In parts of Mexico and stuff like that, in the ditches are guppies and platies. You know what I mean? Like, there's a lot of those fish. And then what? We've got all the killifish. You know what I mean? Like, what? Good half of those guys, that's their MO, man. Like, puddles, baby. It's that puddle life. You know what I mean? Like, doesn't take them long to get soft as the generations grow up in an air conditioned garage in South Austin. You know what I mean? It's just like a generation ago, they were like living in a creek that sometimes dried up. You know what I mean? Like, they're doing much better now. But yeah, when we put fish in our natural aquariums, it's still not the same as nature itself. So like there's a lot of culling that doesn't happen that nature would have taken care of. Pure and Shrimple, I saw you on a panel earlier this week, and man, I thought that was really cool. I like the things that you're doing. I was up during the day well, because I slept too much. I screwed up my sleep schedule. So yeah, that wasn't last week. I think that was like a couple of days ago. Now that I think about it, time is relative, y'all. Especially it's 3:31 in the a.m. here in Austin, Texas, where if you're awake and at work, like like Mr. Eakins is at work right now. This is the time of the night where you're at work and there's other people there, you know what I mean? But where are they? And at 3:31 in the morning, you ask yourself, where is anyone really? Yeah, Wednesday and Saturday. I think that's cool. So yeah, I work weekends and I stay on the night schedule throughout the week. It's the best way. It's one of the best ways to spend time in Texas during the summer months, spring, summer, and fall. You know what I mean? It's kind of nice to be out when the sun is not. Well, thank you, Pierre and Strumple. Enjoy your workday. May it all, may the odds ever be in your favor. It was Aquarium Daily, as a matter of fact, because you said Aquarium Daily, and I saw the logo, and I was like, yeah, man, it was Aquarium Daily. That's right. Heck yeah, we'll catch up. What a great time. Chloe's getting her laps in. Yeah, the more I hang out with this goldfish, the more I appreciate my sister and nieces for taking such good care of this fish. Obviously, this fish was well loved, and water conditions may not have been ideal, but hey, man, you got to test it in order to know. So, for all we know, the water conditions could have been pretty good. The glass just wasn't clean, you know what I mean? And the mold wasn't picked up, which we all know is, well, in a goldfish tank, you know what I mean? Like, the mold can get to the dark side. Fish room lights just went off, everybody. This light is not on a timer as of yet. So I wanted to tell everybody before we go ahead and end it for the evening. We're running out of battery. I just wanted to tell everybody that I just have to drain and move that snail tank, put in a shelf, set up that FX6, fill the snail tank again once I get the tank back in place, do a water change on this bad boy and hook up the FX6, and change that entire rack. Do a water change. No big deal. So this is Mike signing off. I don't want you to translate it.